Okay, so I've told you the first Leela, which was May the 8th, 1986, and what followed on from that were several Leelas because of the constant changed awareness that I was in for, as I said, about 2 weeks. So this next one is about 2 days after May the 8th, and I went up to a town called Cheltenham where my parents lived to meet my brother Colin, and the next day I believe we went up to a few 20 or 30 miles further north to a very nice caravan park where my parents were already staying. We had a caravan at this site and it was a lovely place by a river, so we all were going to meet up there. So I was to meet my brother that night and then travel the next day with him, so we did, and nothing untoward happened that day except to say that when I was driving on the motorbike at night and as it was getting dark, I realized that I was aware in a larger sphere than normal, directly aware, and strangely by looking up I could actually kind of see behind me. Just an interesting thing. I was, as I said before, just in an ecstatic state really, so I was very emotionally open, and I remember having a vision suddenly of, not even a vision, it was a feeling of the unity of a man and a woman, and that my birth into this conditional realm was coincident with this man and woman uniting together, this beautiful love, complete surrender moment. That was, in the conditional terms, that's how a being gets born into this realm, by this moment, because it was my mum and my dad, it felt like, and that I was attracted to that, and that's why I came into this family, this situation. Literally felt like that, not some, you know, mythological idea. That's directly as I felt it, and it it relates to the Leela because okay, so I met my brother that night at the house. I talked to him about everything that had happened, and he was quite affected by that. He actually asked me to stop talking because I was a bit over the top, I guess. But the next day, I drove on the bike with my brother on the back up to the caravan park where my mum and dad were staying. And I can remember when we got onto the caravan site, I'm driving the bike slowly up the road, the track, to go to the caravan, and my mum was sitting outside the caravan and she saw us from about 200 meters away. And because of my condition, again, I was immediately aware, her seeing us, and then she went into this kind of fear, this reactive fear response. Again, in that state, you don't rush to anything, you don't try to change anything, but you fully feel everything that you perceive. By that you notice that in the normal state of affairs, so-called normal, we are so limiting our perceptions and hiding perceptions as soon as they arise. We are so controlling our own world mentally, emotionally, that it's nothing like what this condition was, because that condition had no attempt to control anything, and yet it was perfectly harmonious with everything, naturally, of course. So I saw this reaction of my mum, and we drove up on the bike and we all greeted each other, everything fine, lovely. And I remember sitting in the caravan with my mum sat opposite me, and as we often did, me and my mum just chatting with each other, talking. And as we're talking, again, because of my sensitivity, I noticed that my mum was displaying signs of stress, anxiety, a kind of deep anxiety behind what she was saying, a sense of guilt, an extraordinary degree of guilt, to the point that her face went red, it went bright red while she was talking to me. But what she was talking about was not in any way related to that, just natural conversation. But it reached a pitch of anxiety where, again, because I was open, it was going through me, but I wasn't doing anything about it, I was just seeing it. And it reached like a fever pitch where she suddenly went, oh, and she kind of let it go, whatever that was. And when she let that go, I felt the same synchronistic thing, but I saw suddenly in her right eye a white star shone very bright suddenly, and as it shone I saw this set of concentric coloured circles, which of course later I saw in the Dornhorst Testament, because there was a colour picture of it, the cosmic mandala. And again, a description by Beloved that sometimes this phenomenon might be observed. And the significance of it was that she completely, whatever that was, kind of ate her guilt, ate her problem, and relieved her of it. And so she completely kind of relaxed. Now, that night, we're all in a caravan, you see. My mum and dad had their own separate room. I slept on a kind of caravan couch, and my brother similar. My mum and dad made love in a fashion that was unreserved. My mum and my dad surrendered to each other in loving physical embrace that was absolutely astounding, and echoed the experience that I'd had on the motorbike of this man-woman union. So there's a link there, you see. It was so ecstatic, it felt it kind of felt, without sounding perverse, like I was in the same room with them while they were doing that, because it was a love surrender, needing the love and surrendering to it feeling. And I just remember just tears pouring down my eyes while I'm lying in the bed, because my mum and my dad truly loved each other, and for whatever reason my mum had some kind of obstacle, and it was released again through grace, clearly through grace. So again, we never spoke about it. My mother never mentioned it, I never mentioned it. It was already obvious to me what it was. So that was the second kind of main event that I noted at that time. Okay, so that's the second Leela.